boom, we are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Live as a Chad YouTube channel. And I thank all of you for being here, wherever you may be. And of course, however you may be listening. I had a few topics. Usually I record, as of late, I record a few videos when I have time in here to get behind the mic and record videos vis-a-vis this. And I had a few ideas in mind of what to discuss. But then there was something that dawned on me. You never know. I always tell you guys, I go off of what I draw inspiration from, something that I see, I think about, and then I decide if it interests me enough to discuss it. One of the topics that I have discussed at length on my channel has been the idea, the concept of the e-girl, okay? And I've told you guys personally, I don't think as a man you should be watching any woman's content. Political, it doesn't matter. I don't think in the end that you're there for the right reasons. I think a majority of men are there because they are SIMPS, and whether they believe it or not, they're there because they think that that chick is hot and they want to bang her. It's that simple. And listen, and I'm not like casting shame or, well, maybe a little bit, but or negativity per se, because we've all been there. Even myself, even I have been there. And what it takes, somebody is these, and I have sympathy for these people because much like myself, you don't know until you've been told. You don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you have not been exposed to. You are ignorant to it. And so that is why I hold no bar when it comes to this topic and just saying it, because I know that there's going to be guys out there that are like myself who can use this information and take it and say, you know what? That's true. Now that I think about it, most of the chicks that I watch, as far as politics go, assuming you're not a leftist, and even if you are a leftist and you come across my video, you still might see it this way as well. You guys, sorry guys, I had to focus my camera. Whatever the case may be, wherever you guys are coming from, it really does not matter. There we go. Now I got my camera focused. So it doesn't matter. I don't care what background you guys are coming from. I can almost guarantee most of you guys have right wing leaning tilts. You don't know what you don't know. And along those lines, that I've done videos on that, I have done videos exposing, but not only do most guys, when they watch these videos, not know that they have a tilt to them where they secretly, unconsciously, or consciously want to bang the chick that they're watching the video. They think that she's hot, but most of these chicks really don't have anything of substance to say. And for me personally, I don't think that women should be involved in politics. I don't think that they should be in these spaces. I don't even really think that women should be in the workforce. So I am not going to contribute to the problem. So anyways, we're not going to necessarily discuss that. I'm going to tie it in. This is going to be a little niche, but some of you guys, I'm sure, remember. So 2016, there was 2015, 2016, there were tons. I would say 2014 to 2017, 18. There were all kinds of new faces that emerged when YouTube was really being used as a alternative platform to voice dissent and political ideas. And there were all kinds of new voices that were coming to the forefront. Some of them men, some of them women. Okay. And it's very interesting, fast forwarding to now, who remains and who doesn't. Most of them being women, the ones that no longer remain. And there were two people that were paraded, absolutely paraded across conservative media. And hell, even I was one of those idiots that were like, oh my God, yes, yes, yes. I love that they're becoming, because it's awesome that they're becoming conservatives, or they're conservatives in a industry that is super liberal and this and that. And you know what? I even to this day, if there are people who are liberal who come to conservatism, it's cool, but I don't think the proper response is to be over exacerbated with it. A modern example of what I'm talking about, whether it be full-blown conservatism or just coming more to the right, to the non-degenerate side of things, would be uh that OF chick. I'm gonna see if I can find her name real quick. I'm blanking on, because I wasn't expecting to talk about her. Her name is Nala. Nala is a perfect example of what happens on the non-degenerate right of center world, where in mass people over analyze it, overreact, and like just have completely open arms to the idea. Now, it's not an apple to apple, like for like comparison, but I'm merely showing you guys an example of how conservatives and non-degenerate spheres will, in my opinion, overreact to an outsider coming in. Okay. So I came across this and it really made me think about it, because I had seen them, at the when this was going on, I was in school, and I remember seeing these two, because they like I'm telling you, the conservative side of things absolutely positively brought them in, totally advertised them, pushed them, promoted them in every which way. It was redonkulous. It was wow. And the two names, and somehow I thought of this weekend: Joy Villa and Kaya Jones. Kaya Jones, of course, was with the Pussycat Dolls. Okay. Or one of the former members of the Pussycat Dolls. And Joy Villa, or Villa, was this African American Black Hollywood singer who was at the beginning of her career, more or less, and became popular for wearing a Make America Great Again dress to the Grammys, which was pretty awesome. That was pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So I'm going to pull them up real quick, just so if you guys aren't aware, you guys are going to go, I remember them. And long story short, I searched up Joy Villa, or Via, whatever the fuck it is. And she is divorced. And it really did make me think about how watered down the conservative movement has really become. How we let these people in that on the surface may seem like great advocates for the movement, and on the surface it may seem great, 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 great. It's awesome. This is a win situation. When do we ever have a Black let alone Hollywood, let alone, advocating for our side, the Donald Trump side. Now, Donald Trump, this is what made him awesome. Who he was, what he was saying, and him pushing back against the status quo. And this is what I miss about him. He captured the imaginations of so many fucking people, like people you wouldn't expect. And that is a positive. That really is a positive. And honestly, unfortunately, that's why regardless of the polling, I'm not so confident that he's going to win this time around, because much like 2020, he is not capturing the imagination of people that otherwise would not be interested in a conservative or Republican candidate. But, you look at somebody like this, and how in the fuck is she a conservative figure when she can't even be married for longer than 4 years? Now, maybe this is more of a video on female nature, the modern woman, as opposed to this being a video about the modern conservative movement. Maybe it's a little bit of both. Honestly, I do think it's a little bit of both, because on one hand, I have the conservative thoughts on this, and then the other, I have the more red pill, classic modern woman situation in mind when it comes to her. If you're not familiar with her story, I believe she either had a abortion or put a kid up for adoption, or she's like a single mom or something. It's one of the three. I mean, this day and age, it's like a 90% chance that a woman is going to hit one of those three. On this, it says that now, Wikipedia gets shit wrong, but it says that she supports QAnon. This is her personal life. She grew up in New York City and Santa Barbara and has toured in over 25 countries. She's a Scientologist. Okay. I did not know that. That's new information. Okay, great. That's even better. Case in point, when I'm talking about that, this is who we had at the forefront of the modern conservative movement, and credits her study of Scientology for improving her life and career. She's described herself as a Christian Scientologist. See, this is what you get with women who don't have a masculine figure in their life. They due to their emotions, they don't have concise, logical answers. It's kind of this like, yeah, I'm a little bit of this, I'm a little bit of this, I'm a little bit. It's like this 25% of everything type answer. Mixed bag. She married Danish. I'm a Danish writer and photographer Thorsten Overgaard. Fuck, that's a Danish name. After 4 years together. On Sep 25, so they didn't even marry for 4 years. Okay, imagine the premarital sex that they were having for 4 years. She announced via social media she had amicably filed for divorce. Wow. She filed a police complaint against Trump's former campaign manager, Corey Lewandowski. Okay. Political operative, lobbyist, for allegedly slapping her ass at a holiday party at the Trump International Hotel. Via admitted she waited a month before talking to police. Via alleged that after she told him that she could report him for harassment. I mean, all the modern woman tropes, check. Child out of wedlock, check. Christian Scientologist, astrologist, check. Divorce, check. Sexual harassment claim, check. Lewandowski said, I work in the private sector, and slapped her ass again. Lewandowski did not deny these allegations, but responded by saying there is due process, and there is process which they will go through to determine a person's innocence. In 2020, Stop the Steal rally, Via said that God had told her to move from California to Nashville, Tennessee. I thought she was a Scientologist, but she's merged the two. She's a Christian Protestant Scientologist. What the fuck? See, this is what I'm talking about, dude. This is I'm more leaning on the side of things of this being an example of the modern conservative movement. We got to get these fucking e-girls out of it. They're no good. This is not a good figure for a Christian conservative woman or a conservative woman. It's just not. It's not. Now, if she wants to on her own time fucking advocate for Trump, fuck it. But to bring her in and totally prop her up is ridiculous. And then the other one, I don't know as much about her, about Kaya Jones. She's seen I don't know if but she's not married. And again, just another example of modern women. Okay, she claims to be a conservative. She's not married. I'm not surprised because when women make a lot of money, when they reach a certain level of fame, their hypergamy is still there. So as Myron Gaines says, they become a victim of their own success. So, a woman like her, it probably is difficult for her to find a guy that is at her level or higher, that is willing to put up with her modern woman bullshit when they could just as easily find a hot barista that they're willing to make their girlfriend that they'd be far happier with. So that is why she's not married. And then here's some more. I guarantee she's one of these conservatives that totally supports LGBTQT and all that bullshit. Oh, and then, oh, wow. Look at that. Wow. Neocon. Anyways, you guys get the point. Unbelievable. Is this really what we want, guys? Is this really what we want in our political system? Is these fucking bimbos? Is this really what we want? These modern women who don't even know if they're Christian or Scientologist? I mean, come on, guys. The other last point that I want to make is just an example, and here's really an example of why I don't think women should be in politics. Number one, it messes with their personal lives. Women in their heart of hearts want to be married. They want to be a wife. But when they engage in this bullshit and that men would engage in, it makes it challenging for them because they don't have the makeup to do it. Are there extreme, fringe examples of women who can put up with this bullshit? Sure, but most women can't. It messes with their normal cycle of life as far as having babies goes. But the other thing is just that the workplace chews you up and spits you out. The workforce is brutal. It is absolutely brutal. And these two women are an example of, even within a sphere that prop them up and wanted them to do great things and positive things. These two women are an example of, even within that, they got chewed up and spat the fuck out. I mean, I guarantee a lot of you are going to be like, oh, I remember them. What the fuck happened to them? They literally were in it and then they just disappeared. And no, it's not by accident, because these women love the attention from it. You think that they just stepped away because voluntarily? I doubt it. I guarantee they stepped away because they were essentially forced to tell you the truth. So, it's just an example, guys. The workforce is brutal. It spits these women out, and this is another example of it. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, help your boy reach 1,000 subs. We're so close. And last but not least, DBAP, don't be a pussy willow and facts or feelings, because your feelings just don't matter. Love you, kings. See you guys next time. Christ is king. Peace.